I'm gonna be an old timer buzz DJ at some of your year 12 formals, so I know how you carry on. But please listen to the following words. Make sure that you stay self-educated. There's a song that needs to be the national anthem. It's called Great Southern Land by Ice House. There should be protests beyond the 10 embassy, and including, if the keykeeper be willing, protests beyond the 10 embassy, that we change the national anthem to Great Southern Land by Ice House. Alright, I should cut to my speech now. I'm into my own tune at the moment. I'm paying much attention. I thought there was something else I had to say. Oh yeah. Just imagine this, like, back in the day there was a man named David Hume, and he said two things. One is on topic of morals. He brought in what's called the is-ought distinction. It means, because I know how it is in school. In computing you have Turbo Pascal. In maths you have Blaise Pascal's mathematics works. And so then the church comes along and says, well, Pascal's wager, like, you might as well believe, because if you believe and you're wrong, then you had nothing to lose, right? But if you don't believe and the church is true, then it's gonna get forever banged in the ass in hell with pestle and mortars from capital chemists. Now that's not necessarily true. First problem you can point out to them Christians that say that to you is, well, hang on a sec, like, if you say you've got Allah, Yahweh from the Christian church, and Jehovah from Judaism. That means he was picking out of just 3 gods, which means, like, if you pick one of them, then your chances of going to hell is actually, here's the funny part, like 66.666667%. So you're actually 2/3 likely to go to hell just for picking one of their dogs. So much for Pascal's wager. David Hume said, and they don't teach it in school much, but it's very important, I think. It's a very important concept. It's called the suspension of judgment. And why he was wise is because, like, this is before Charles Darwin and evolution was even discovered. And what David Hume had to say on that matter, morals aside, on morals, the is-ought distinction was that you can't get an ought from an is. Which means, G-bangers out there, you can't be watching what is going on and saying that's what ought to be going on. So you see someone bashing someone and you can't go, well, now I should go bash someone. Like, you've got to be thinking about that. Now, yeah, you can't get an ought from an is. The other thing he said that was really, really wise for his time, if you look up his time in history, he had people of all sorts coming up to him saying, oh, the earth is on the back of a turtle and the blah blah blah, and the earth is really came from a Super Mario level, and all this sort of things. And what he said was, well, look, I have the right to suspend my judgment, yo. I can say, well, though you have given these, you've presented this case, I pointed out the the flaws in your reasoning. Has I not? And so it's my right to say, well, no, I don't agree with you, and I'll suspend judgment and I'll wait, and maybe there'll be a better explanation, but I don't have it now and I don't care. And that's what David Hume had to say, and that was before Charles Darwin was born. Charles Darwin has, so everyone, they want to complete the picture, you see, so David Hume was wise then, but like I said, that he came before Darwin. The Big Bang Theory, which Sherman will tell you, addresses the second big question in philosophy, which is, where did everything come from? Where did we come from? And no, that doesn't mean your great grandmother fucked a monkey. It's a little bit, imagine something fucking wicked that no one has even seen yet, like there was monkeys fucking in ponds, and there were I mean, we've had 5 mass extinctions. Look up the tardigrade. The tardigrade are very small organism, but they can live on the surface of asteroids in space. They can live in volcanoes. They can live in ice, sub-zero climates. They're fucking awesome. I fucking love them. I want to shrink my penis more, because then I can try to court and buy a wedding ring for a tardigrade. Now, the pet owners of capital chemists are themselves a grade of tard, but don't let that confuse you. A grade of tard and a tardigrade are two very different things. This Genesis story from the Queen's Church does not account sufficiently for even the different colors of our skin. Nothing in the Bible does. So, burn it for me. And yeah. Science can only report back what it's measured, but what is more probable is something like what I just said. Like, imagine monkeys fucking in ponds, and stars are colliding with pond swamp mixtures and fluids, and they're all getting mixed up and transmogrifying into people. That is more likely all I'm trying to say is that is more likely to be true than some story about two white people being placed in a garden with no sunscreen. Credits to Sir Jim Jeffries. Don't accept the knighthood. You made it out. Legit. Respect. And yeah, given what we know now about the laws of physics, it's more probable than that happened. Some of them will tell you, treat others as you would have them treat you. That started from an old saying that was well respected in ancient China, in the Analects of Confucius, and by the Rabbi Hillel in the Jewish tradition. But it was stated negatively: that which is disgusting, reprobate, and detestable to you, don't do unto others. But you might find it more cool if you was well into the Matrix. To just watch what's going on with people and remember the rule. You get taught about it with magnets and objects. For every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. It's in Einsteinian relativity. And I think that's a little more modern way of stating sayings like, that which is detestable to you, don't do to others, or do unto others as you would have them do unto you. It's a bit simpler. For every action there's an equal and opposite reaction. So, big up yourselves. I'm gonna hand it over to me to say some more shit. Go 2020 Canberra. Okay, hello, Canberra. I attention this to Canberra ACT, to the up and comers. Now, I've been walking on the street talking to a lot of you, and I kept your names secret, but what I want to say is that number one, those of you from religious school, no, you did not kill Jesus. You can forget about that one. Prime Minister, what's his name? Last week, I'm nearly 40, and I did some meth on his front lawn, and like I said, like, all you gotta do, like, I'll tell you now, if you look, if Abrahamics, I'm a DJ, and when I say the Abrahamics, I mean all their offshoots, all their denominations, all of them. They all, like, there is a serious problem with saying our species begun with one white man and one white woman in the fucking garden. So I've been talking to some of you young ones, and you're already smart enough. One moment. Sorry. Some of the young ones are, well, all of the young ones are already smart enough to see through that. Bullshit. Yeah, one white man and one white woman, and so all the Chinese people. So you get it. She was like, well, let's go and wage war and invade that poor country and all that. All of it. I told you the story already. Like, flip it round. Whoever wrote Genesis had incest on the head. Incest in the membrane. And what I think happened really was that most probably you got the snake. Like, think of these objects. You got the snake, you got the apple. And I reckon that a nobleman or someone like who is gonna be a prince, imagine it from their point of view. The problem with everyone's point of view is that once you understand it, then there should be no such thing as conflict, but there more than is. So, anyway, imagine a nobleman and he's been raised, and you see, how do you think in the Bronze Age they knew about bloodline purity? Like, they would talk about, oh, the Messiah will be known to have come from the house of David, his bloodlines will be well pure. What do you think they had? Do you think that they had DNA blood testing in the fucking Bronze Age? Come on. Oi! No, they did not, sir. What they did was they had castles that were into incest. Incest is when a family fucks itself until they all die. Through the slow process of generational disorders of various kinds. So, since that ain't you got an upshot. Yeah, whoever wrote the history of Earth's species, human, begun with one man and one woman, their family. But all the commoners, do you think they had paper? Do you think they had pens? Do you think they could write their names down or tell their stories? Do you think they could do any of that? No. What they did do was not inbreed, fuck, and we're alive. So, you know, I would thank them if I could write to them. Now, Our Highness will be in her church giving appraisals to this horrid story. Bibles that'd be like, you had people like the Marquis de Sade, Comte Donatien, Alphonse Francois de Sade, trying to write to people, and he was well up in the like, he had upper class respect, but then the printing press was invented and he had a chance to write to commoners. I have a lot of respect for him for that. Philosophy is something that you're gonna have to pursue on your own terms for now, but pursue it as best you can. Comes to me, I can hook you up with books, that's fine. But like, even to this day, the AFP, if the AFPists hold you in a cell, like, all you can do, if you say, I need to read, can I turn my phone onto flight mode or turn it off as a communication device and just read philosophy books? And they'll say no. They'll say, but you can read our Bible. And I'm like, well, no wonder. No wonder while you had a gun in your pocket, you were touching my nuts. What the fuck's wrong with you? But that's the state of police officers. And they go, oh, we're just doing our job. We're just doing our job. No, fuck. The way you talk and the way you touch me, usually I end up getting sucked off, but I ain't consenting to your shit, so what the fuck are you doing? So the good news for you is, no, you are not inbred. You're here, you're healthy and wise. I want the best for this generation. I want to see that you keep rising up and fucking... So you see a Christian... Oh, okay. The Abrahamics is Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. And just go, oi. Like, I hear your message. Like, I feel it so strong. I feel it so strong, but like, is it true that you have like a brother, or that you love this guy, this geezer who killed his brother, and now he wants to bone and impregnate his mum? And that should flip him out a bit, because that's all they really mean when they're talking about the image of dog. And as what's his name, Morrison, will tell you, I did meth on his lawn, and he's a member, understand, of the pent-up Coastal Church. That means that when he's all pent up in the ball sack, he cuts funds to firefighting and then lets Australia burn while going to Hawaii to drink at a bar. And this is what I mean. Like, any one of you that I've spoken to on the street, you would already be a better PM than this Morrison fucker. But I already told you that. Now, so flip it round. The advertising from the Gospel of John, that's the oldest of the 4 Gospels. It's the story of a kidnap of a man who they kidnapped, and then there was this big cover-up. And the cover-up was like, well, who can say anything to dishonor the king or queen? And like, even the scribes writing down the stories were like, well, fuck, if we dishonor the king or queen, like, we'll get killed. I'm talking about in the Bronze Age, so... Excuse me, I digest. I'm not saying nothing happened. I'm saying something very special happened when that man... I claim to honor the man Jesus of Nazareth, but I consider him mistreated. And what's going on today is that you got, they're saying, oh, the bisexual community, they're all getting sick. They're all getting well sick. What are we going to do about it? What are we going to do about it? Well, maybe stop crucifying them and eating them at church. Like, if you thought vampires were fucked up, look at what the Christians are doing. And the Freemasons and the Muslims, and they go, oh, we made a little grave. Look, we're Muslims. We made a little grave to Jesus. So how cool is Muhammad? He held a 6-year-old girl, but he didn't fuck her till she turned 9. Whoa, he the man. Boom, shake the mofo room. Anyway, I was well impressed. Those of you I've spoken to on the streets of Canberra, You'd be smarter than the PM, all of you. I can't find one that isn't smarter than the fucking PM. So keep your head up. Remember what to say to them. It's called, I'd make a CD, but it's and I call it To the Abrahamics. So the Abrahamics is anyone who's concerned with the Abrahamic faith traditions. So I'm up. Like I have an Aboriginal neighbor, and I said to him, "Yo, I made a call in to a Christian church for you." And I called in and I said, "Look, I got an Aboriginal friend. He's thinking about joining your church, but he has one question, and that is the snake in the Garden of Eden the same organism, biologically speaking, as the rainbow serpent from the Aboriginal Dreamtime?" And the Christian guy goes, "Oh, no, different snake. And I said, "Well, look, is that because of the color of its skin?" Just make sure that you be getting educated and not pedumicated. Big up yourselves. What is this? Is this thumbs up or middle finger? This sign here. You can do tweak. That be the sign. Just, we got this virus. So in passing, you know, you can just say, "Yo." Hang on to your scomophobia, Canberra.